Social Network. I am your host, Capri, aka Cap. And in today's video, I wanted to ask the question, which is always lingering in my mind. Black women, what is it that you have against us black men? And I say that because it never fails. Every time I'm waited on, what I may go to either a grocery store and get waited on by a black female cashier, or it could be somewhere such as the gas station or a restaurant. For instance, just like earlier, I went to two different restaurants and got waited on by black females who happen to be under the age of, I would say, 34 years old. Neither one happened to be friendly or glad to wait on me at all. First and foremost, they had frowns on their faces. Not to mention that every time, it never fails, every single time I encounter females, black females, usually, once again, what it may be either at a gas station, a cashier, a black female cashier, usually under that age range, even in some rare cases, some that's older than the age of 34/35 years old. It never fails. They always give me the utmost worst customer service, to the point where I can't help but to ask once again and wonder, black women, black American women, that is, what is it? What's the issue, that the reason you seem to have so much hatred and animosity towards black American men nowadays? Modern day black women I'm addressing, like I just mentioned, around that age bracket or age group, because a lot of you, the majority of you, were helped brought into this world by a black man, yet and still you are so hateful towards your very own kind. In addition, and if the shoe is used on the other foot, so to speak, whereas it may be a man of another race you may happen to tend to, for all you black females who work customer service, including ones who may work at the DMV, the airport, customer service related jobs. In some cases, you go out of your ways to be nice and friendly towards men of other races, but yet and still, in most instances, when it comes to dealing with your very own black American brothers, you are some of the most rudest towards us. And I would say this is one reason why so many brothers are going outside of their race and have decided to go out the country to become passport bros slash passport brothers, because of how difficult the modern day black American woman is, due to, first and foremost, their attitudes. And a lot of you have so bad of an attitudes, to the point where even around your kids, your very own kids, biological kids, you are just as mean and hateful, just as mean spirited and hateful towards them as well. Because some of you, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you grab your phone instead of going to your kids' bedrooms to check on your kids. You don't even much think about. You don't even be stunning your kids in most cases nowadays, because for one reason, I would say, and this is just my assumption, I could be wrong, some of you are that way, have such mean spirits, meaning evil spirits, due to how some of the men you may have dealt with, some of your very own fellow black men you may have dealt with, and in most cases, a black men by the likes of a Pookie, a Ray Ray, may have done you wrongfully. Therefore, if you may have been done wrongfully by two different black men who happen to be the same kind of man, who happen to be a street dude slash hood dude, some of you usually perceive all other black American men that way, not realizing it's the choices you decide to make, when the types of men you choose, instead of having, how about instead of having a grudge against so many other black American men due to your previous experiences when one or two, how about you start giving more brothers, more upstanding and decent brothers, more upstanding, mild-mannered and decent brothers a chance, instead of always prejudging them? Because whether you know it or not, black women, not only is it due to your messed up choices that you have and men and your very own fellow black men, but it's for when it all comes down to it, it's your jacked up attitudes. Because you just don't realize how your attitudes is the main reason why so many of you are single and will remain single. And not only that, and in addition, why so many of you are single mothers and will remain single mothers. For some of you, my sisters, my very few black women who may follow me and listen to my content, and for all you who, a lot of you who are bitter and may wonder why the guys who may have gotten you pregnant, the guys who you go for, the types of guys who are the most toxic guys you can find, it's due to your messed up attitudes, period, point blank, and how complicated, how hard to deal with so many of you are. Because I can't lie, I love my black sisters to death. It's just due to the simple fact that so many of you are have such rotten attitudes to the core, to the point where even a lot of you, when it comes to having girlfriends, a lot of you can't even keep girlfriends due to your bad attitudes, and not to mention how messy a lot of you happen to be. That's a whole different video for a whole different other topic and a whole different other time. But like I said earlier in the video, it never fails. Every single time, and I find it so strange, I come across a black female that's usually under the ages of 35, 34 years old. They happen to always give me some of the rudest service. And to be honest, for all my brothers that may be going through the same thing I'm going through, some of them do that work at these kinds of places or establishments that run you away from these places. And due to the simple fact that so many of you black women are just evil, period, point blank, as well. I have always been that way, are that way right now, and will die that way, will go to the grave that way, go to the graves when an evil spirit and a frown on your face. And whether you know it or not, for all you sisters that are always going on social media complaining about why no guys, why any brothers aren't approaching you, it's due to your jacked up attitudes, along with how most of us, to be honest, to all my black women, the few of you who listen to my content, a lot of us could already peep game before even approaching you. For all us who like to approach you, all of us brothers who still believe in doing things a traditional way by approaching women, cold approaching women, or approaching women in person. Let me try to adjust my phone because it's kind of crooked. Some of us already could peep you out before we even approach you. Once again, for all my brothers who believe in approaching women the old-fashioned way, the physical way, due to how so many of you always have frowns on your faces. And not only that, but even when we try to show our gentlemanly side, let me know if that's a word, gentlemanly. Anyways, though, to put it another way, most of the time we try to go out of our ways to show you how much of a gentleman you are, well, we are, or maybe for all my women who are always saying, all my black women, they are looking for them a gentleman. You go out of your ways to be mean even then. For instance, a guy, you could be going inside of a building, walking behind a guy, and he'll be nice enough to open the door for you. However, you won't even much thank the guy for doing so. A brother I'm talking about, your very own black brothers, you go out of your ways to be so mean to. Or it may come a case on the other hand where you may thank him for doing so, but you are doing it in a dry tone of voice, a dry, mean-spirited, standoffish tone of voice. And that's another when that being said, this is one of the reasons why brothers don't believe in stopping on the side of the road to help you anytime they may see you stranded with car trouble due to your bad attitudes. Because a brother, as we speak, could see a sister stranded on the side of the road and be nice enough to help her. A brother that knows all about automobiles, that is very automobile savvy. Now, after helping her with whatever issue it may be, some of you sisters won't even much think enough to thank that brother to do so. If you may do it, you may do it in a very, once again, mean-spirited, dry tone of voice. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think, and I want you also to smash that like button, to share the video, comment on, last but not least, subscribe to my channel, Capri Social Network. And if you may want a shortcut to know how to get to my channel, my handle will be at Capri Social Network 1261. Until next time, you guys have a good one and be blessed.